Alrighty guys, well, good morning to you. Good morning. I guess it'd be a good 17 degrees morning, I guess. A couple days ago when I was out here, we almost had a record high of 75, and this morning it's 17. So anyway, I'm going to start on this spillway today, and this one's going to be kind of a, what you can see here in front of me, the landowner done that. He wants to dam this up, and I understand why. He wants to dam it up to increase the water level, because this is a spillway, and the spillway is coming down and is actually eating out into his field over here, which is looks like he's got wheat planted in it now, winter wheat. But it's actually eroding that out because the spillway has to make a big turn. And apparently this thing discharges a lot of water because it catches a lot of water. So we're going to try to take that bend out, and we're going to come over here and we're going to make a straight shot with it, but I've got to build this up. So I'm going to haul, I don't know if 3 loads will get it or not, but I'm about out of room up there. I hate to go any deeper up there. Starting to get a pretty good sized hole up at the borrow pit and not really much to go back in it. So anyway, I'm going to need to bring in some clay to build the remainder of this dam up. It doesn't have to come up much, actually, because you can see that yellow flag over there. That's the water level. That's where the water level will be, and so it doesn't have to come up a lot, because this dam was built quite a bit higher than what that is over there. But so anyway, we're going to come and try to get this built up and this kind of tapered. I can't completely fill this in because this other field over here discharges right here behind me, and it discharges and runs on down, so I can't completely fill this whole ditch in, but I want to fill this in right here where a guy can drive across here easy enough. So that's going to be the plan for today. He's got a bunch of concrete and field rock and stuff in here, and I might be able to use that to line this spillway with. So just want to kind of get these rocks out of here and this concrete, because I can probably use this. Out, and I can't fill all of this in because I need this discharge here for that field. So anyway, just want to save as much of this as I can. I mean, this is the right place for this, but I don't think that I can get it turned enough. You know, I'd have to take these trees, pine trees out, and I just don't think I can get it curved enough to not want to keep eating out over there. just you're just asking for some problems. So probably used a bunch of filled rock and filled this in at one time or the other. Try to get, it'd be nice to bring in half a dozen loads, but man, I hate to make my hole up there any bigger. I really do. I'll just take and come and dump probably 3 loads up in here, get that dam shaped, and I wish we could do something with this, but I just don't foresee it happening. Where it would be just a really viable option here. So this ground's been in here all summer, and so I'm just going to try to straighten it up a little bit. It's compacted, as you can see. It's not moving. So I'm not going to dig it out of there. I'll just line on the inside of it with some clay. We've got a pipeline, as I mentioned early on, in here, so that's something that's got to be cognizant, yeah, of. So I'm not going to get over, start digging anywhere around that. So we don't, I mean, like I said, it really doesn't have to be brought up much higher than like right here, really. So I'm going to say we're almost there, but I need to fill in back here. Farmer dug over there, and that's where he kind of dug on top of the, pipeline, which when the guy came out to check that, he wasn't overly thrilled about that. But was not overly thrilled about that. There actually turned out really good. I wish I could have got some topsoil down on the inside of that, a couple foot, but it'll eventually get enough wash on it that it will. Man, I'm just about at the spot. It'll get enough wash on it, it'll run down, and it'll start growing. Not real worried about that. Brought some geotextile material, which I just realized that I left in the bed of the dump truck. So I'll have to get that out of there. Alrighty guys, well, I just got that clay kind of just pushed in there and kind of compacted in there a little bit, compacted in nice. I'm sure there'll be several inquiring why I didn't take that soil out of there, put the clay in there, fill that all back. That soil had some clay content in it, and that soil's been sitting there all year, so it's completely compacted. The majority of this dam around this whole entire pond is nothing but topsoil, so it is held well. So certain topsoils in our area will hold water, and that was completely compacted already, so there was no sense in me digging that all back out. So like I said, I just shaped it up, and then we stacked the clay and everything in behind it, so even if it does leak, it's not going to leak, you know, much at all. So I'm probably going to go ahead and bring that other load up in here and dump it. I'm probably going to have to pull that fence back, a post, cattle panel, get it back, because I want to put some of that in there. But I need to go set my laser up on my benchmark over there where my water level is going to be, and I need to go in and shoot it over here and see how much freeboard I've got. So this dam here is really high on this side, because I was probably 26-7 inches down, give or take. So I think we're going to be pretty close, but I can get some of that clay in here, you know, work this in here and build this up a little bit. So anyway, that's what we're going to do. Alrighty guys, well, true to form in the pond building business, nothing ever goes as planned. I haven't been doing a lot of recording, because I really want to concentrate on this and get this thing ready for gravel. But we were, you know, Ryan talked to you earlier about it going over here and then running off down that way. Well, I got the laser out, done some shooting. I would have had to cut the dam, obviously, and then I was only going to have to take it down to about right here, and then we would have had, this drops off so much right through here that the water would have really picked up speed down through here. That's just too much of a transition, and just too much of a sharp transition down that way. And as I've mentioned before in other videos, these are cow ponds, so putting pipes and stuff in them, it doesn't really work. Cows just tear the dam up, as you can see, and it just doesn't work. Next thing you know, the pipe's pushed down, or it's plugged up because the cow's been wallering around it, or they waller around it, and when we get a flood, it blows out around the pipe. So anyway, you know, yeah, I could set a pipe in here, but with the amount of flow that's coming through here, I would have to have a 24-inch pipe. 24 inches would put the pipe on top of the ground here, so I can't do that. So, you know, we're just kind of stuck with redoing the spillway, which it's going to work fine. And I pretty well have it ready for gravel, or rock, not gravel in this case. But as you can see, I really makes it just a nice gradual wide turn. We have an existing ditch down here that was already created Another obstacle we were going to run into over here, when the water discharged out, it wanted to run that way towards the truck. That's a really low spot down in there, and then it gets really high over here, so it was going to pond. So I would have had to done a lot of additional dirt work to cut a swell through here in order to get that off there. So it just really wasn't this really wasn't a good option. So we're just going to go with this existing ditch here that's already sloped perfectly and runs off down that direction, dumps off down in a creek down there. So like I said, this is the route we're going to go. Again, the size of pipe I would have needed, it just wasn't going to work. Like I said, guy could have went in and angled that down, but again, you've got so much slope coming down there, and then a dissipator pad still would have had to cut a swell, and the water, you know, was going to end up down there unless you cut a swell all the way down past those trees. And he wants to be able to drive through here, so it's kind of a proverbial shit sandwich, pardon my French. But like I said, we're just going to go this route. This was an existing spillway, so I'm going to lay some material. I'm going to lay some material down in here, and then we're going to put some 2x6" rock in here, or say 2x6. It's actually 2x10 rock. It's what I use for these spillways and stuff. We're going to put that in there. And we've got another issue here in the fact that the water comes down right here and drops off down in here. So ideally it would have been nice to be able to berm this way up to give me a little bit more slope like that, but that ain't gonna happen, because like I said, this is a natural runoff area, and this was really eroded out there, if you'll remember, and I put some dirt in there. So the water comes down through here too. So like I said, this is a fun one. So there's some old concrete, some old field rock and stuff there. I'm just gonna I'm gonna line up down through here to kind of help slow that in that transition, in that turn, and then just let it spill off down in the field. I got this nice and wide. It's about, it's probably 10 foot wide. So nice and wide, so everything should just slow down going down through here. It may speed up down there, but we'll kind of see. But I got that clay down in here to give us a good solid bottom. You can see it's really nice and tight. Lay the material down on. I got to clean up just a little bit more, and I really can't do anything more today because the rocks, you know, this is Saturday, can't get any rock till Monday. So I don't want to push any of that in there right now till I see how much material I've got and how much of the bigger rock that we're going to run in here. So anyway, give you just a little bit of a update on that. Like I said, my apologies for not recording anymore, but like I said, want to concentrate on this. I got a little bit of a late start, and had to shuttle machines around, and so anyway, yeah, that's where we're at. I get the rock down in here. I'll come in here and kind of sweep this up a little bit. I don't have no sense of cleaning this up quite yet, because I'll have to have the excavator over here to help spread the rock. So anyway, I'd like to put a little bit of a bevel in that ditch, but I don't know. Like I said, I don't want it to focal. I don't want to have a focal point for it when it gets down in there, because it'll narrow up and it'll really start eating that out. I don't have enough material to make that entire bend there. So yeah, it would have been nice to put a little bevel in that, but I mean, we're 16 inches. We're about 16 inches from the fence. We got about 16 inches of fall down to the center of of the ditch. So by the time we get that rock and stuff in there, it's not going to go anyplace. So everything's going to stay right into the ditch. So anyway, I'll touch back with you here in a little bit. Just wanted to give you a bit of an update. I don't know how much more I'm going to do today, but we'll see. Alrighty guys, well, as you can see by the last segment of the video, I decided to go in and slope the center down, take the center some down, and instead of making it a really flat ditch, I was just so concerned with it crawling and getting up in here. He says it really rolls out of here, so them pine tree roots, I couldn't get that really good. Them pine tree roots are all clumped in there. Man, I can't cut that just makes a huge mess. So anyway, it's not perfect by any means, but I did get the center down on both sides. So I got more of a focal point there. I didn't want to I didn't want to focus it too much in the center, because on the discharge side here, you know, we could cut that out more. So I just done a gradual, like I said, slope towards the center, like that, and that way, and then kind of flattened itself out as it went. So it's not perfect by any means, but I think it'll be fine. I feel a little bit better with it over here. I've got it more away from that now, so I feel a little better about that. I still got it flat coming out, which is fine. And then when I get the geo textile material put in, I'll pull it up here on the sides, and it'll focus that towards the center. Can't talk. It did warmed up to a balmy 24, so that's where we're at right now. Started out at 17, we're at 24. So anyway, so guys, I'm gonna go ahead and call it. I am froze plumb out, and all in all, not too bad. It's not super clean, but as many trips as I made and got it all stirred up, you know, all in all, not too bad. I just like that a lot better. So anyway, all right, I'm gonna quit whining, bitching, sound like a 5-year-old. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get on out of here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, leave comments, ring that notification bell, and that way you know when I post new videos. Also, I'll have some photos on Instagram. Follow me there, and that's at Dirt Daddy 953. So anyway, guys, we'll catch you on the next go around, and when we're putting the material down and putting the rock in. So see you later.